Hey everybody, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today we are going to have the much asked for and long anticipated how we clean and prep our plush before we take the photographs to list them. This has been something I have received many requests for. I tried to do it before we went to Vegas and it just didn't happen. So we're going to do it now. I'm going to show you the tools that I use, the tools that you'll need, and I have a couple of plushies over here that need some attention, and I can show you how I do it. So I only have 4 tools, or 4 supplies that I use for cleaning plush. The first and most important and invaluable is Awesome. It is literally called Awesome. You can get this at Dollar Tree for $1. They have this, ours is broke, I broke the top off, but it still works. They have this squirt bottle, which is 20 fluid ounces, and then they have a larger 32 ounce bottle that has a screw top lid. And when we initially bought Awesome for the first time, we bought one of each, so we spent $2, and we just keep refilling this from our 32 ounce bottle. If you have a spray bottle at home already, then just buy the 32 ounce one because you're getting 12 ounces more for the same price. Awesome is named Awesome because it's awesome. We don't only just use this for plush, we use this for our clothing, we use this for everyday life, not just for stuff in our store. I have actually gotten barbecue sauce and wing sauce out of white shirts. I've gotten mud and blood out of my kids' clothing with this stuff. We've gotten stains out of the floor. I've gotten mold and mildew out of the shower. It takes stains off of clothing and plushies. And I also use it, I'll put a little squirt on a paper towel and wipe down coffee mugs and glassware and things like that that I find to source. So it even says here, removes blood stain, grease, wine, liquor, gum, oil, glue, coffee, pet stains, some inks. You know what? I believe I've gotten permanent marker out with this. But fresh paint, varnish, hair, dye, food stains, grape juice, berry juice, and many more. It does say to dilute before use. I do not dilute before use. I just spray it on. So this is like an invaluable product everyone that is a reseller that may have to clean things or deal with stains needs. And like I said, it's great for everything in life. It's a phenomenal cleaning product. And it's only $1. Next, you will need a lint brush. We just got a new one. We get these big fat ones. The brand is Evercare. It's a giant extreme stick. 40% more. No, it is really big though. It has 60 easy peel sheets. It's $2-3 at Walmart. It's not that expensive. And it is big. It's a lot bigger than most of them. It lasts forever. And I should have done that. Well, no. I wanted to show you guys that. We're just going to do that. Okay. So, your lint roller. You're awesome. A roll of paper towels. Obviously, it doesn't matter what brand you use. And, this is so funny. I can't believe I'm going to tell the world. Okay. This was a Tide pen at one time. There's no more cleaner in it. It is completely dried out. There's nothing in it. You can tell by how faded it is, how old it is. This is a couple of years old. The stuff inside of it was long ago used up, but they're the Tide to Go pens. Now the reason I have it around, even though it's empty and it's old, I love this tip. Whatever this tip is made out of, it is amazing to scrub at things with. It's just, it like goes in and out if you've ever used one. But this is, whatever this is made out of, this tip here, it is the most amazing thing I've ever used to sit and scrub at something. It works on clothing, plush. You just put like a little squirt of Awesome on the tip of this, or you can squirt it right on the stain, and then you just scrub with the tip. So I would really recommend, if you have any old Tide pens around the house, if you guys already use the Tide to Go pens, when it runs out, keep one on hand, keep an empty one on hand, just for this tip, because this is a very good scrubber for spots and stains. And the lid goes on top, so you can just, because I'm not using what's inside, I'm not worried about it drying out, I can just leave it like this when I'm working. So let's start with this Smurf. This is Vane, is that his name? Vane, Vanity. Somebody correct me down below. He's gonna have he does have some pen marks on his tags. Now, I get asked this question a lot as well. And I brought over another example because I didn't realize he had markings on his Tushy tag, but he does. He's got pen there, and he's got some pen marks there. And this little yellow dog, I don't know his name. I know he's from Clifford, the big red dog. And I know he's cute. Look at that face. Oh, he's so cute. He's one of the ones that I'm just going to love on until he finds his forever home. He's got a little bit of permanent marker on his tag. Now, like I said, I've been asked many times, what do I do about writing on the tag? Typically, I don't do anything about it. I just make sure that I take a picture of it up close and put that in my listing, and then in the description box, and the description, you know, the little box at the top where you can put the description, I will just say Tush tag has writing on it, see photos for details, or shown in last photo. We're gonna try to take this off tonight though, because I've never messed with it. Like honestly, whenever sorry about my voice, I think I'm coming down with a cold. Whenever I have an animal with writing on the tags like this, I've always just left it, photographed it, and maybe like knocked a buck or two off of the price that I want for it when I list it. But I thought tonight we will go ahead and try to get that off on this video with a little bit of Awesome and my Tide pen. But first I was going to show you, this Smurf has got some lint on his hat and the flower. Can you see it? Here. So I would just take my lint roller to him, and you can see it's on the lint roller now. It's coming right off of him. I do lint roll most of my plush. He wouldn't need it. Like, he looks real nice and clean and soft, so he wouldn't get lint rolled. But a lot of them get these fuzzies and these hairs on them, and so I just, you know, lint roll them like so until they look nice. I do know that I do find that a lot of plush have hairs and fuzz and all kinds of goodies on them, so I just lint roll them like this. Now when you get to something like this flower, because of the material that it's made out of and the fact that the stuff looks kind of caked on, you may have to push. And when things are hard to get off like this, I'll push down, like give it some pressure, and go back and forth real quick like this. Just like that, like give it some pressure. It's easier if you're like on a surface, but you can't see what I'm doing on the table, so and just rub it back and forth. And look at that. Nice clean flower on the Smurf's head. So he's going to need a little bit more lint rolling, and then he would be photograph ready. Look at his reflections in the mirror. That's cute. I am going to get a drink of water. Hold on. Sorry. My throat is like, I don't know if it's allergies or what. Fighting off a cold. Oh. Let's try this. So like I said, I've never tried to clean a tag before, but we're gonna. So because this is like, it looks like marker, what I want to do is spray some Awesome on there, and I'm going to rub it in with my finger, and then I'm going to put him over to the side and let that Awesome soak and do him last. That is another tip with this Awesome. Some stains don't come off just from spraying this on it and scrubbing it with the Tide pen. If they're real bad like that, then obviously they're going to need to be treated in the laundry on top of scrubbing the stain. So what I'll do, clothing and plush that do not have any cardboard tags, like he could go in the wash, right? But if they have, I don't think I brought any with cardboard tags in here, but you know, there are little hang tags that come off their head. You obviously can't put them in the washing machine because you're going to destroy the tag. But if they don't have those and they have stains on them that just won't come off with scrubbing, or they have a lot of stains, I've gotten plush before that have like a splatter, like maybe somebody spilled something on it. I'm not going to sit and scrub each individual little spot. So what I do is I take the Awesome and I spray it wherever the stains are, wherever the spots are. Like I said, we do this with our clothes too. And spray all the stains, and then we'll rub it in a little with our finger, and then we toss it in the laundry. And whether it sits 1 day or 4 days before we have a full load to do, the Awesome just sits on that stain that whole time and kind of like works at it. And we use a scoop of OxiClean in every load that we wash, and the pods we use are they're stain and odor remover. They're in a blue bucket, and they specifically say they're for stain and odor remover. And actually, when I used to be in direct care, we used to use those in the house, and it would get rid of urine smells and stains. They're really, really good detergent pods. I really like them. They get out a lot of stains and stinky stuff. And then, of course, we use the scoop of OxiClean. So by spraying this on, letting it sit, and then all of that, the stains will come out. The only thing I will say is I will reiterate, if they have any kind of cardboard tags, don't try to put them in the wash. Make sure that they only have these kinds of tags. Spray them good, let them sit at least overnight, and throw them in the washing machine. Do not dry them. Don't put stuffed animals in the dryer. It ruins the stuffing inside of them. If they're real soft or have any kind of like soft stuff like this, it would ruin it. So just take them straight out of the washer once they're clean, and you can hang them somewhere to dry. We actually just have a countertop in our bathroom that we put them all on, and that is where they sit to dry overnight, and we take them out in the morning. They'll usually dry overnight, but you can hang them up, you can set them anywhere. But just really my biggest recommendation is no plushies in the dryer. But they can go through the washing machine as long as they don't have parts that'll be hurt in the washing machine. Okay, so this guy has some fuzz on him. This is Tigger. Isn't he cute? So he's got a lot of stuff going on. He really needs lint rolled. But it comes right off. And in the spots that are hard, you just do that. Okay, and I got this big Tigger out. He's got some stains on him. He needs some attention. So this one right here on his face, you guys see that yellow mark? We're going to try to clean that up. So I would spray directly onto him. It's going to look a little bit yellow. Don't freak out. It's okay. Awesome is yellow. It will look a little yellow. But once you work it in, it's not yellow anymore. The first time I sprayed that on a white plushie and I saw that that was yellow, I was like, oh my gosh. I was freaking out. It's fine. So I'm going to show you what happens once you scrub it with your Tide pen. See the bubbles? And see how he's got like a sudsy bubble on his face? This is where the paper towels come in. You just take a paper towel and put it on there and like push, kind of dab, I guess is the word. You just want to dab at it. It will soak up the excess Awesome. And I just kind of keep pushing. I use pressure and dabbing at it, and then I take the paper towel and kind of fluff it like this, and it's still wet, but you can see all the suds are gone and all the excess Awesome is gone. It's gonna have to dry, and then once it's fully dry, I will take the lint roller and kind of go back and forth over it to fluff up the fur. So because it's wet and it got scrubbed, it might dry a little funny. It might not look uniform to the other fur around it. So when I take the lint roller and kind of go back and forth, it will fluff it up, and then it will look exactly like the fur around it. So we'll do one more spot. He had a bunch of stains on him, and I set him aside to take care of later. You see that one? He doesn't have enough that I would really spray him down and put him through the wash. Plus he's got a lot going on. He's got like sparkles here in his hat, and it's, I don't know, I just don't think I'd feel comfortable with this one in the wash. And because he's Tigger, and he's a white Tigger, I think I've told you guys that before, the white Winnie the Pooh characters will fetch a higher price. And because he is so big, and he's Tigger, and he's white, and he's a Disney store, he, to me, is worth it to take the time to get all his little spots off by hand. So yeah, sometimes you kind of have to gauge that too. While you're out sourcing, or, you know, say you miss something and you get a plush home and you find stains. If it's something that you can put through the wash, I would say spray it and wash it regardless. But if it was like not really worth more than $12 to $15 and it has a lot of stains and it's not something you can put in the wash, I don't know, I would probably like redonate it or not pick it up in the first place, because your time is money and you don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning a plush that's not going to be worth at least $20, $25 or more, right? So it's just like clothing, I guess. When you're out sourcing and say you find a Robert Graham shirt that's got a stain on it that you're going to have to scrub, that's worth it. You're going to get it anyway and bring it home and clean it up. But if it was like a bread and butter brand, you probably, it may not be worth the effort to bring it home and work at that stain, right? And we actually had a Robert Graham once. It looked like someone had spilled a coffee all over the front of it, and we sprayed it with Awesome and sent it through the wash, and the stains didn't all come out, and we still sold it for like $20. So yeah, it's just like clothing. When you're out sourcing, if it has damage or if it looks like it needs any work, the other side of his nose has a mark too. I'll clean the rest of him up later. You just have to kind of gauge how much money you're going to get from it, how much money you're paying for it, what your profit's going to be, and then is that item worth the extra work when you get it home? He is, obviously. But if that was like, if it was this guy, I don't know that I would really put all that effort in. So we're going to try to get this marker out of his tag now that the Awesome is soaked on it. And it doesn't look like it's going to come out. I need like a time lapse. It's faded a little bit, but it's still there. If anybody has tips or tricks on how to get permanent marker out of tags, by all means, tell me down below. I have gotten permanent marker off of like the plush part and clothing, and I had like a line on our shipping table once, and the Awesome got the permanent marker off. That was the first time I tried on a tag. I'm trying this ink now, but I really feel like the tags are like just a material that's not susceptible to being cleaned as much as the plush. See, that's just kind of smearing around. Came off on the paper towel a little bit. It's just kind of smearing around. So I'll probably just go back to my normal rule of thumb, and if they have writing on their tag, I'll just leave it and photograph it and put it, you know, mention it in the description. So that's it. I mean, it's easy. The way we prep and clean our plush is very, very simple. We have 4 items we use. The Awesome cleaner, the old Tide pen because I love the tip, a lint brush, and some paper towels. That's it. And most things can be lint rolled if they have fuzz on them. They don't necessarily have to go through the wash. Like this plushie, this flower was filthy, but he's not really gonna have to go through the wash if I just put in the effort with the lint roller. And you can spot treat stains with these two items, and then just make sure that after you scrub it and it suds up like I showed you, dab at it with the paper towel, rub it. When it's dry, go over it with the lint roller, fluff it up. And of course, if they're really, really bad, you can pre-treat them with Awesome, throw them through the washing machine, but never the dryer. If I didn't answer a question you had, or there's something else you want to know, go ahead and ask in the comments down below. So if you learned something today, if you found the new product that you're going to use, or this video was helpful, let me know by pushing that like button. I would appreciate it. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.